Chapter number 3. Today we present the trick. In this chapter we will answer the big question: why is it called trick? The trick is a situation that occurs within the game when one of the teams sings trick. Singing is the single act of saying the word trick. Once the word trick is sung, the opponent is challenged and a response is expected before he continues to throw the cards. An interesting detail: it is suspected that this action started to be called singing because some players would accompany it with verses and rhymes. This is one of the peculiarities that distinguishes this game. That's why through these verses we can find poetry, history, and humor. Within a game of trick, there are 3 types of trick: the trick, the re-trick, and the I want it worth 4. For example, the trick can only be answered with I want, I don't want, or I want re-trick. The re-trick can only be answered I want, I don't want, or I want it worth 4. And the I want it worth 4 can only be answered with I want or I don't want. Let's see an example. Franco and Kami play a game. If Kami sings trick, Franco will be able to answer in 3 possible ways. The number 1 way to answer is to say I don't want. If this happens, the round ends instantly. Franco loses because he responded negatively to Kami's challenge. In this case, Kami gets 1 point. The number 2 way to answer is to say I want to. If this happens, both will throw cards, and the team that wins 2 out of 3 hands will get 2 points. In case there's a triple draw, the player that was hand wins, the one that was dealt the first card. If each of them wins a hand and there's a draw in the 3rd hand, the player that won the first hand wins. The number 3 way to respond to this challenge is for Franco to say I want re-trick. If this happens, you are raising the bet, which means the winner will get 3 points. And surely you're wondering when you can sing I want it worth 4. I want it worth 4 can only be sung as an answer to the re-trick. Remember that it can only be answered in that order. Remember that it can only be answered in that sequence. As we said in the beginning, the player who has the I want is the one who must answer. He's the only one who has the possibility to raise the bet, accept it, or reject it. Let's go with an example. If Kami sings trick, Franco has the want. This means Franco is the only one who can answer with I want, I don't want, or I want re-trick. The following can also happen. If Kami sings trick and Franco says I want re-trick, Kami can answer because now she has the want. Now again, there's 3 possible answers: I want, I don't want, or I want it worth 4. You must always accept, reject, or raise the bet. In the trick, the player that manages to get 30 points wins. These 30 points are divided into 2 groups of 15. The first 15 points are called the bad guys, although it is more common to refer to them as feminine. They are called the bad ones. And the remaining 15 points are called the good ones. In Truco Stars, we really love this game because it's a dialogue mixed with a really passionate card game, where strategy, picardy, bravery, and spontaneity are fundamental to playing this game well. We hope you like it and love it as much as we do. Now we follow with some further clarifications. In addition to trick, you can also sing envido, but only in the first hand before the trick. So if it's not sung in the first hand, you cannot sing it afterwards. There is no obligation to sing trick. If the trick is not sung throughout the game, whoever wins gets a point. At Truco Stars, we ask you to please don't miss any chapters because this gets better all the time. We hope you like this one, and we say goodbye by inviting you to the 4th chapter, where we will talk about envido. We'll be waiting for you. Until next time.